Here's what I think sent you here. Not a crisis. Nothing fell apart. Your business is still running. You still show up. You're probably still even hitting enough of your numbers that no one around you is worried. But something shifted, and you haven't been able to put it into words because on paper, you're fine. You built a business that works, but lately you've been looking at your calendar and feeling a sense of dread about things that you used to want to do, you used to love to do. A client that you would have loved working with 2 years ago, a discovery call that you're now counting the minutes for it to finish. You're doing the exact same thing that you've always done, but it's costing you in a way it never did before. And you're feeling resentful of the things you built, of the things you chose. And you can't tell that to anyone because it sounds insane when you spent years making it happen. But it's there. That low-grade resentment for the life you specifically worked to create. You kind of want to blow the whole thing up, but you also want to protect it at the same time. So you've been half wondering if maybe you just need better leads or better systems or a new offer. And somewhere underneath all of that, you also know it's probably not the problem, but you don't fully know what the problem is either. And that's exactly what this channel is about. My name is Kirsten Carey. This is the Matriarch Rebuild. And I'm going to tell you what it is in plain language so you can decide right now if you want to stay. The short version, I help highly capable women over 40 figure out why their approach to business stopped working and to rebuild it to match who they are now, not who they were when they built it. That distinction matters. And here's why. The business you've been running, you probably built it before you were 44. You built it when your brain and your nervous system had a different relationship to stress and recovery. A hard week, you bounce back by the weekend. You could absorb a full client load, a frustrating sales call, a hard month, and come back 100%. That wasn't discipline. That was biology working in your favor. What happened is not that you got soft. What happened is that your operating system changed. Perimenopause is not hormones being a little off. It's a full neurological and metabolic shift. Your cortisol curve changes. Estrogen, which was doing significant recovery and stress buffering work, which you probably weren't even tracking, it starts to withdraw. The architecture of your sleep changes. The amount of complexity your brain can absorb and process in a day is not what it was. The thing you could run at high volume for years is now running at a different cost. And the business you designed doesn't account for any of that because you designed it before any of that was true. You're running a 2018 strategy through a 2026 nervous system and wondering why the math isn't adding up. It's not about working harder, and it's not about being softer either. It's about rebuilding the structure so that what you're doing actually fits the woman doing it. Here's why this channel exists at the intersection of perimenopause and business strategy. It's not because I'm trying to do two things. It's because you cannot untangle one from the other. You cannot look at why your sales are inconsistent without looking at how you're showing up in those conversations. You cannot look at why you're exhausted without looking at your business model and how it's extracting from you on a daily basis. And you cannot diagnose the revenue problem without understanding the capacity problem. They're the same issues wearing different clothing. And what I see over and over with women in this phase, smart, experienced, capable women who have completely lost the thread in their own business while still being able to diagnose everyone else's. It's not because they're no longer sharp. It's because the tool that they were using to diagnose their own issues was their confidence in their systems, and that system stopped being reliable. That's a very specific kind of disorientation. So who this channel is for? If you've had a version of the thought, if I were building this from scratch today, I wouldn't build it like this. But you also haven't been able to figure out how to do it instead. Or if you see that your sales process has a problem, but you can't tell if it's a positioning problem, a conversion problem, or something more fundamental about what you're even selling, or you feel like you're performing a version of yourself that was real a few years ago, but it feels less real now, and you haven't been able to figure out if it's a business problem or a you problem? You've been trying not to burn down the whole thing while everyone else around you assumes you have it all together because you always have. So who this channel is not for? If you're looking for just motivation, this is really not the right place. I'm not going to tell you that you're amazing and capable and that you can do hard things because you already know you can do hard things. That's part of what's making this particular experience so disorienting. You have all the evidence that you can do hard things, and still something isn't working. Telling you to believe in yourself is not more helpful. In fact, it's kind of an insult. What I do here, long form videos consistently on specific business problems that I see women in this phase running into, not broad conversations about mindset and possibility. Specific, one problem, one diagnosis, one direction. The kind of video that you watch and then you send to yourself to watch again. There's also short videos that'll tell you something specific in under a minute. Not inspiration, but something closer to like, oh, that's what's happening. And the best place to start on this channel, after, of course, you watch this video, is the playlist called the Matriarch Rebuild. Start there. And if you're watching this and you already know that I'm describing a problem or an issue that's exactly where you are, and you're done circling the issue, the richly resourced audit is where we start. It's not coaching, it's a diagnostic. I look at your business, your physiology, your revenue model, and how you're selling, and I tell you specifically what needs to change so it matches the woman you are now. The link is below. And that's for somebody who's already ready. But if you've made it to the end of this and something felt really accurate while you were here, stay. Not because I told you to, but because the feeling of recognition is worth following. I'll see you in the next one.